I thought I understood the price of my bargain with the ferryman. I thought I could survive it. But he always collects more than you expect, and never in the way you imagine. And now I'm terrified of what happens next. We'd gone out on Lake Moorthorne that dusky evening, me and Alan, and had been rescued by the ferryman. His price? A memory from Alan and an hour of my life. Alan was deeply affected by the cost of losing a precious memory, but at least his debt was paid, whereas I'm still paying. I naively thought the ferryman would take the hour in one hit, but no. He has been eking out the payment in increments, slowly. A few minutes here, 10 minutes there, and it's terrifying, losing time, having no memory of what was done while your body was conscious, awake, but controlled by a malevolent entity. The first time I blacked out, I found myself back at the lake. When I awoke, I was standing at the shoreline. The bottoms of my jeans were soaked, and there was lake algae under my fingernails. There were 2 dead fish at my feet. I could see a couple of blue lights disappearing across the lake, and I ran home. That's when I realised the ferryman had taken just 3 minutes of my hour owed. I sank down by the fire, finally understanding the enormity of the bargain I had made. The next time was 10 minutes. When I came to, I was sitting at a table in the pub with 3 colleagues from work. This time there was a sharp metallic taste in my mouth. One of my colleagues, Angela, was visibly upset, and she ran to the bathroom. "What happened?" I asked, genuinely worried. Jeff, our manager, frowned. "It's not funny, Steve, and it's not like you. Why would you mention him? She's barely coping." I had no idea what he meant. Today, I lost 20 minutes. When I woke up, I was sitting by my fire at home, but there was blood on my hands, not my own. As I walked into the hallway, I saw fresh, wet drag marks and algae splattered on the skirting board. And that was enough. I went back down to the lake at dusk. I got a small skiff and rowed out. I was scared, but what faced me back on land scared me as well. I didn't know how to summon the ferryman. Last time, our boat broke and we nearly drowned. I hesitated. Then I put my bloodied hand in the water. It worked. There was a deep vibration under the surface. The air became still. No wildlife. Like I was in a bubble, breathing restricted air that had turned unnaturally cold. Then the small barge appeared, and the ferryman stood at the helm. "Hello, Stephen," he said. "How can I help you today?" "I thought you'd take the hour in one go. It's too much, this bit by bit." He stared at me, emotionless. "And why would you think that? Did I say that? Presumptions are dangerous." "Can you make it stop? I just want it over," he tutted. No, Stephen. That's not how it works. You pledged an hour. That is what I'm owed." I can't take it anymore." I couldn't look at him, but I could feel those eyes on me, judging me. "Well," he said, "there is always your original choice." He gestured to the dark, deep water lapping around us, completely under his control. To prove his point, my skiff tipped slightly. I gasped, No, not that." "Ah, Stephen, you do understand the alternative. Well, in that case, our business is concluded." His voice turned even colder. "Do not disturb me again. If you are ever on this lake for any reason other than full payment, I will get what I am owed in other ways." I turned the boat around and headed back to shore. I could see the blue flashing lights of police cars, and I could hear a voice calling through a loud hailer. Whatever had happened in those missing minutes, the police were clearly handling the aftermath. But I didn't care. Prison was safer than the lake. Thank you for listening, and tune in next week for another story.